It's the first week of April, so you know what that means, right? That's right, market update. Somebody in the back yelled that. Very good. Market update. No April Fool's jokes. And I'm going to take a look back at the past couple months. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21, List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I do apologize for those of you who were eagerly anticipating my videos the past couple weeks. I just wasn't able to get to it. I've been busy, which talks about the market, right? So I am going to share information for the past couple months, February and March, just looking for trends. That's what we do, look for trends. Just as a reminder, I focus on the 5 zip codes of South Tampa, the peninsula section, right? So 33606, 33609, 611, 616, and 629. So let me have, hey, Steve, can you come adjust the camera? Okay, thank you. We'll be here in just a second. We'll adjust the camera and I'll put my chart up. I tell you, I don't care what people say about Steve. He does a good job. So let me put my chart up here. And this shows just a comparison between February and March. And we will start at active listings. And you can see that active listings went up a little bit. You know, it's not much though, right? Active listings has gone up some. Take a look at new listings. This really surprised me. 320 new listings. Now, if you've been with me the past 5 years, you know that on average, we average about 250 new listings per month. Well, back in December, we were at 115. And I said, this is a trend we have to watch. Last month, it jumped to 293. Now we're at 320. So that is very interesting. Now, what I don't know about the new listings, are they new construction? Or are they existing buildings, existing homes that people have put up for sale? So this number really surprised me. But very active for the listing side. Now, that's good for buyers, because if you're a buyer, you have more inventory to consider. If you're a seller, well, you're competing against more homes. And so you have to be priced aggressively depending on your timeline. If you tell me, you call me and say, Joe, I want to sell my house. And I'll say, well, when do you need to sell it? And you said, anytime in the next 3 years. Well, then you can price the house higher because it may sit for 3 years. But if you say, I need to sell it next week, then you need to price it more aggressively, lower to attract more eyes. So anyway, new listings, 320. Take a look at days on the market. This is median. Go back to your math class. Median is in the middle. Some houses are selling quicker than that. Some houses are selling slower than this. But we're at 42 days. So just about a month and a half, just over a month on median for homes on the market. So again, go back. Well, take a look at sales. This past month, 155 sales. Out of those sales, that was after 42 days median. But you can see sales really stabilized from 153 to 155, pretty much stayed the same. I'm going to come back and talk about sales in just a second because it relates to this next topic, which is median sales price. Median sales price went from $675 to $590. And that will lead people to say, oh, home prices are coming down. Stick around, right? Just wait for it. I'll give you the rest of the story, as Walter Cronkite used to say. But yeah, so out of the 155 homes that sold, the median sales price was $590, $590,000. Now, let me define homes. When I say homes, it's not single family homes. It could be condominiums, could be townhomes, could be mobile homes, right? So when I do the search and I put in residential, it could be any of those residential properties that sold. But out of the 155, the median sales price was $590. But then take a look at the ratio. The ratio is what a house sells for as opposed to what it was originally priced at. And again, the example I use, if I list my house at $500,000 and I drop the price to $450,000, that's a 10% decrease. And if the house sells for $450,000, it sells for 90% of what I originally priced it at. Well, you can see we're at 93, 94%, right? So in my example, 500,000, the house would sell for 500 or 465,000. Just rough estimate, right? Take a look at months of inventory. And again, we calculate this by how many homes are actively on the market divided by how many homes are selling per month. And the idea is that we don't add any more inventory and sales stays constant. So you can see we're at 6 months of inventory, right? We don't add any new listings and we keep selling 155 homes per month. In 6 months, we'll be out of homes. So go back to 2021, we had 2 weeks of inventory on the market. And when that happens, home prices accelerate. So now 6 months, we're seeing home prices stabilize across the board. I just did a comparison for Hillsborough County. And a year ago, average home price was $390,000. And this past month, it was $390,000, right? So more homes on the inventory, right? More months of inventory, prices stabilize. When you get to 8 months of inventory, 9 months of inventory, it becomes a buyer's market. Sellers who need to sell lower the price to attract more eyes, right? That doesn't mean sellers are taking a loss. That just means they're dropping the price to attract more eyes. So I want to go back to sales and median home price, because one of the caveats I always say is, listen, talking about median sales price, I don't dig into what's the condition of the home, what's the age of the home, where is the home located. Well, you know what I did this time? I dug in a little bit and just looked at condos, single-family homes, townhomes. So out of the 155 homes that sold, it was in these 3 categories: single-family, condos, townhomes. So there were 24 condos that sold. So out of the 155, there were 24 condos. Out of that, the average sales price was $682,000. Then there were 22 townhomes that sold, and that average price was $570,000. So the difference, so we have 46 homes between condos and townhomes. The rest are single family homes. The average price for a single family home in March was $1,057,000. That's the 5 zip codes of South Tampa. So again, you had 24 condos, you had 22 townhomes, single family homes alone. The median sales price was $1,057,000. Now that's quite different than the 590,000 average, right? So, and that's because the condos and townhomes skew that number. So I just wanted to dig in a little bit about that. So interest rates, even though the 10-year Treasury went down drastically this week, interest rates dropped minimally. So as of yesterday, interest rates were 6.85. So the past month, they've been 6.87, 6.86, 6.8, now 6.85. I did see a study that thinks, right, projection, by the end of the year, rates may be at 6.3. However, as I keep saying, if rates go down, buyers are going to come back on the market, going to elevate home prices. And I did a little bit of research. So you can buy a home now, $400,000 loan mortgage at 6.85, and you pay, I think it was like $2,600 a month, principal and interest. Or if interest rate goes down to 6.3, but the home price goes up to $415,000, you're paying $2,600 a month, right? So whether you buy now or wait, your monthly payment may be the same. So it's kind of like buy now, start getting that equity built up. And if rates come down, to 5.8, 5.5, it may be worthwhile then to refinance. But again, that may not happen for another year or 2 years. So anyway, I want to be your trusted advisor. Go to my website, joebrownc21.com. Reach out to me if you have questions at my website. I have my blogs out there. You can search for homes. I have some custom searches built in, right? Reach out to me, contact me. Let me see how I can help you. And then next week, I think for 2 weeks, I'm going to do on videos on commercial real estate. Very interesting topic. So stick around. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.